Hello students, in this particular video we are going to study about SQL. SQL is structured query language. So we'll see different commands regarding SQL. So the structured query language, that is the SQL, it is used for storing and managing the data in the relational database management system. So whenever you have to store any data in your RDBMS, that is the relational database management system, then you require a query, and that query is called as structured query. It is a standard language for relational database system. It enables a user to create, read, update, delete relational databases and tables. All the RDBMS like MySQL, Informix, Oracle, MS Access and SQL Server uses their standard database language. So this is a particular language in which you can give a command to your database and you can fetch the data, you can retrieve the data, you can update the data, you can create the table, you can create a database. So SQL allows the users to query the database in a number of ways using English-like statements. So all the statements of this particular SQL language is in the form of English. So it has some protocol, it has some rules. So what are the rules which SQL follows? So the structured query language is not case sensitive. Generally, keywords of SQL are written in uppercase. So basically it is not case sensitive, so you can write it in uppercase, you can write it lowercase, but most of the queries are always preferred writing in uppercase only, that is the capital letters. SQL statements are dependent on text lines. We can use a single SQL statement on one or multiple line. So whenever you are executing any SQL statement, you can write that statement in a single line or you can divide a single statement in a multiple line. Using the SQL statement, you can perform most of the actions in the database. So you can do the actions like creating a table, creating a database, inserting the data into it, deleting the data, altering the data, you can modify the data, you can update the data. So all the things can be performed with the help of structured query language. So SQL always depends on tuple relationship, relational calculus and relational algebra. So we'll see some of the characteristics which are regarding SQL. So it is very easy to learn. It is used to access the data from your database management system. You can execute the query against the database. It is used to describe the data. So it is used to define the data in the database and manipulate it whenever needed. You can create and you can drop a database and a table. Drop means you can delete. So you can also create a view, store a procedure, functions in the database. You can allow users to set permissions on tables, procedures and views. So first of all, SQL is very easy to learn. Whatever data we want to manage in our database, we can do it with the help of structured query language. Okay, it describes the data. You can create a table, you can delete a table, you can create a database, you can delete a database. Whereas you can alter, you can manipulate your data also. Okay, and we can give permissions to different users regarding the tables. So these are the characteristics of SQL. Now let us study the commands. What are the commands? The commands are the instructions which you are going to give through your queries to your database. Okay, if you want to create a table, then your database will create a table for you. If you want to delete a table, then that table will be deleted from the database. So these are the commands which you have to give in the form of structured query language. So it is used to communicate with the database. It is also used to perform specific tasks, functions and queries of the data. SQL can perform various tasks like create a table, add data to the table, drop the table, modify the table and set the permissions according to the users. So first we'll study about the commands, then it is very easy to understand about it. So there are types of commands. So basically the commands are divided into DDL, DQL, DML, DCL and TCL. The most importantly or most prominently DDL, DML and DCL. So these are the three commands which are used. So in DDL, that is data definition language, we have create, drop, alter, truncate, comment and rename commands. In DQL, that is the data query language, we have only one command, that is select command. DML, that is data manipulation language, we have insert, update, delete, lock and merge. In DCL, that is data control language, we have two commands, that are grant and revoke. In TCL, we have four commands: commit, rollback, save point and set transactions. So let us study these commands. So first we'll start with data definition language. So what is data definition language? So a DDL changes the structure of the table, like creating a table, deleting a table, altering a table, etc. Whenever you change the structure of the existing table by making some changes into it, then we call it as data definition language commands. All the commands of DDL are auto-committed. That means it permanently saves the changes in the database. So once you use the commands of DDL, any type of change you do using these commands are automatically saved inside your database. So there are some commands which comes under DDL. First is create, alter, drop and truncate. So let us study the syntax and example of create. So create, it is used to create a new table in the database. So whenever you want to start a new table, suppose you have a school and in those schools you have different classes, and now there are so many admissions and you want to make a separate class. If you have only one division A and you want to make another division B, for that division if you want to add a table in the database, then you have to use a create statement. So you can create a table as well as you can create a database also using a create syntax or a create command. So the syntax for create table is what? Create table, table name, column name, data type. So the example here is create table. So the table name is employee and inside you can write the fields of your table. That is the name of your columns. So the first is name. So for name we use varchar data type. Okay, to store the name we use varchar data type. For email ID also we use varchar data type, and DOB means date of birth. So the data type for date of birth will be date. So this is how you write a syntax for create. After create, the next command is the drop command. So whenever you want to delete a table and all the records stored in the table, then you use a drop command. So it is used to delete both the structure and the record stored in the table. So you can see that using a drop command, that table will be vanished completely. So the syntax is very simple: drop table, table name. So you just have to, you can see in the example, drop is the command, drop table, and what is the name of the table? Employee. So drop table employee. So this is how you use drop command. Now the next command is the alter command. It is used to alter the structure of the database. This change could be either to modify the characteristic of an existing attribute or probably to add a new attribute. Sometimes if you have a table employee and you have 5 employees inside your table, now if you want to add the 6th employee, then also you can use this alter. Otherwise, if there is some mistake inside your table and there is a small spelling mistake in the name of an employee, then you can modify it using an alter command. So the syntax is to add a new column. What is the syntax? Alter table, table name, add column name, column definition. So this is how you add something. And to modify, if there is some spelling mistake and already the existing name is there but you just have to change it, then to modify it, what you use? Alter table modify column definition. So the examples are alter table student details, add address varchar. So in the table there are different columns. So one more column is added to it, that is the address, with the help of alter add. And if you want to change something, then you use alter table students detail modify name varchar. So this is how you do the modification using the alter statement. Now the last is truncate. So the truncate is used to delete all the rows from the table and free the space containing the table. Now the difference between truncate and drop is what? The drop will delete your whole table. You cannot see the table again. But if you use a truncate table command, then all the records, whatever information you have filled inside your table will be cleared. You cannot see the information, but you can see the empty table structure. Okay, you can see the rows, you can see the columns, but whatever you have written inside it, those things will not be visible to you. So the syntax for truncate is what? Truncate table, table name. And the example is truncate table employee. Now we'll study about the next type of SQL query is data manipulation language. So why we use DML commands? It is used to modify the database. It is responsible for all the form of changes in the database. So whatever change you want to do in your database, then for that particular changes, you require data manipulation language. The command of DML is not auto-committed. That means it can't permanently save all the changes in the database. They can be rolled back. So how we have studied in the DDL, that is data definition language, whatever changes you do, those changes are saved automatically and permanently. But in DML, whatever changes you do with the help of different commands, those changes are not saved permanently. They can be rolled back. That is, after changing also, the data will be visible in the same state as it was before. So which are the DML commands? Insert, update and delete are the DML commands. Let's see the first command, that is the select. Now select belongs to data query language, but it is also called as DML command. So it belongs to data manipulation language command also. So we'll study about select. So this is the same as the projection operation of a relational algebra. It is used to select the attribute based on the condition described by where clause. So the syntax for select is what? Select expressions from tables where condition. So whenever you want to select anything and you want to see, suppose there is a table which consists of serial number, employee name, employee address. Now you want to see how many employee names are there. Okay, so then you can select. How you will select? Select employee name from employee table. Your table name is employee. So from employee where, now here the age criteria is given, that age more than 20. So this is how you can select the particular column or particular information out of the table whichever you require with the help of select command. Next is the insert command. So in the insert statement in an SQL query, it is used to insert data into the row of a table. So whenever you want to insert anything inside your table, suppose you have made a table of serial number, then employee name, employee address. Now you need to enter the data like 1, serial number 1, employee name Amit and address Pune. Serial number 2, employee name Kajal, address Mumbai. Okay, so if you want to enter such type of data inside your table, then you require an insert statement. Okay, so the syntax for insert statement is what? Insert into table name, column 1, column 2, column 3, column n. So you can give the names of columns, and then you can give the values, which value you want to put. So value 1, value 2, value 3, value n. So value 1 will go in column 1, value 2 will go in column 2, and value 3 will go in column 3. So like that, in a sequence, the values will go. So the example is insert into Javad point, author, subject, and values are Sonu and DBMS. So this is how you write an insert query. Next is update. So this command is used to update or modify the value of the column in the table. So whenever you want to update any type of value inside your table, then you can use an update query. So the syntax for update is what? Update table name, set column name is equals to value 1, and column 2 is equals to value 2, and column n is equals to value n. Where? So here is the example. In this example, you want to change the name. So update the student and set the username as Sonu, whose student ID is 3. So you want to change the name of the student whose ID is 3, and you want to change the name into Sonu. So this is how you write the update query. And last is the delete query. So it is used to remove one or more row from the table. Suppose you want to remove one row. So in a class, if someone has left your particular school, now you have to delete the name of that student. So only one single row if you want to delete, then you can use a delete statement. So the syntax for delete is what? Delete from table name where condition. So the example is given, delete from Javad point where author is equals to Sonu. So here Javad point is your table name, and this is the condition. Now we'll see about the data control language. So the name itself tells you that it gives the control to the user. Okay, so DCL commands are used to grant and take back the authority from any database user. So here are some of the commands which comes under DCL, that is grant and revoke. So only two commands it handles, that is the grant command and it is a revoke command. So with the help of DCL commands or DCL commands, we can give a user the privileges, the authorization, and we can take the privileges and authorization back from the user also. So let us see about grant. Grant means what? To give a user some privilege to access the database. Now if I want that user 1 should get some important privilege, okay, so then I can give him access by using grant command. So what is the example of it? Grant select update on my table to some user and another user. Okay, so this is how you can give. So here you have granted a user the privilege of selecting and updating the table. Okay, next is revoke. Revoke means what? If already you have given a permission to some user, now it's time to take back the permission. So then you can use a revoke statement. So this example is revoke select update on my table user 1 and user 2. So with the help of this, you can take back the permission from that user. Next is transaction control language. So these are called as TCL commands. It can only use with DML commands like insert, delete and update only. So your transaction control commands can be used only with your DML commands, which are insert, delete and update. Okay, you cannot use the TCL commands with DDL commands and DCL commands. These operations are automatically committed in the database. That's why they cannot be used while creating the table or dropping the table. So why they are not used with other commands? Because they are automatically accessed. So because of that, they cannot be used by DDL and DCL commands. So here are some of the commands that come under TCL. So what are the commands? Commit, rollback and save point. So let us see about commit. So commit command is used to save all the transactions to the database. So whenever a transaction takes place successfully, then we call it as commit. Okay. So these transactions are automatically saved in the database with the help of commit command. So what is the syntax of commit command? Commit only. Okay, only commit you have to write. So if there is an example given, delete from customers where age is equals to 25, commit. So commit, once you write commit after that, the permanently the customers whose age is 25 will be deleted from that table. Next is rollback. What is the use of rollback? Rollback command is used to undo the transactions that have not already been saved to the database. Means if you are doing some transaction and which is not saved, again it goes to the previous state. So this is like a undo button which you see in your computer, different words or PowerPoint. You can do undo, means what? It goes to its initial state. So with the help of rollback, you can see this. So the syntax is rollback, semicolon. An example is delete from customers where age is equals to 25, rollback. So again, those things will be as it is. Next is save point. It is used to roll the transaction back to a certain point without rolling back the entire transaction. Suppose if you want to roll back 2-3 commands and you know where you have to roll back, then at that time you can use a save point. A save point is used to roll back your particular command at a certain point. So at that point only it will go and stop. So the syntax of your particular save point is a save point and save point name. So these are the statements like data definition language commands, create database, create table, alter table, drop database. Data manipulation language, DML statements are select, update, delete, insert into. And last is data control language, that is DCL commands, which are grant and revoke. So this is all about the structured query language and different types of commands which are used to modify, access, retrieve the data and update your database. So thank you for watching.